Hey guys, I just want to talk about a few different buildings and why they're important in KoA. I've been asked a lot of questions about these different things. So, the first one I want to cover is going to be your university and the importance of leveling up your university is higher research items. So, if you haven't, you want to level it up to where you're at a stopping point with your research. So, say right here, I want to keep researching and I would need to level it up. Let's say I'm here, I'm not even done with all these items yet, and I'm not, until I get done researching all those items, I'm probably not going to level up my research center here. Not until I have everything maxed out. So it's not too important. So you got to gauge, how many different things that you're researching on whether you want to level that up or not. As far as the embassy, you want to make sure that's going to be as high as you can make it so that it's effective. The reason why it's important is it affects on how many reinforcement troops you can have. As you can see here, mine's 153,000. I don't get reinforced too often, but this is a good number for where I'm at right now. Um, if you're going to be raiding, you want to be able to get reinforced, but at the point that I'm at right now, not a lot of people are trying to reinforce me. As you get to higher levels and if you're going to be one of the hard hitters, you're going to want a higher embassy so people can reinforce you with more troops. The Hall of War, the reason why the Hall of War is important is it determines your rally size. And me personally right now, if I were to start a rally, I'd have about 468k rally size. And that's pretty decent. If you don't have a rally size of at least 300,000 or 400,000, you're not going to be able to rally too many things to where you can be effective, unless you're a lower level alliance, doing lower level barbarians and things like that. And even then, with a stronghold level of 13, you can still rally 268k. So if you are in a lower level alliance, you want to take care to do that as quickly as possible. And comparatively to the other things that you can upgrade, the Hall of War is actually pretty cheap. The books are only 5 gold a piece, and it's not that big of an impact to level it up. There's a lot of other people that have higher war halls than I do, and it hasn't been really necessary for me to take it past my rally size of about 400 something K, really close to 500k at this moment, so that's why I have not done so. The forge, if you read the description here, that when you upgrade it, it increases your forging speed and your steel consumption. Now, the part about that is if you're forging constantly and you're doing a lot of different things and a lot of higher level items, that might be more important to you. Myself, I've actually just kind of lazy and I just buy a lot of the things that I use from the marketplace or something like that. So I don't forge quite as much, so that's the reason why you won't see mine leveled up quite as far. Another thing is going to be all your troop training centers. And if you see here, this one here is 22, and if we look at all these other ones, they're level 19. And the reason for that, instead of going all the way across the board, is every 3 levels you start getting these new troops. And so at 19, I have T7, but until it gets to level 22, I won't be able to use T8. So that's the reason why this one I took it straight to 22. And then the next one I'm going to be upgrading is going to be the barracks and taking that one to 22 as well. That's another reason why whenever you get to, say, Stronghold 19, you want to level out all these buildings, make sure they're all leveled up, and then do a push for 22. And then at 22, level up all the buildings again. That way that you're getting those higher tier troops. That's the biggest reason why the strongholds, the higher level ones, are more important, is because that they're tier of troops is higher. And last but not least, I want to talk about the trading post. I didn't level this guy up hardly at all until recently, and you might not need to, but if you plan on doing a lot of training with different people, you're going to want to level this up more. And the reason why is the trading capacity and the trade fee. And for me, a lot of it was the trade fee, because each time you level this up, it drops down another %. So at the lower levels, if you look at your trade fee, if it's below level 18, say level 15, you're going to be looking at like a 28 or 27% trading fee. So you're going to be losing a lot of resources. Like right now, this might send 90,000 resources, but they're not getting all of those. They're only going to get the 77% of those. So they're going to get, I don't know, that's about maybe 66,000 resources from you when you send it, or maybe a little bit more. But that's something to keep in mind as well if you're going to start trading more. And that is very important if you're going to be raiding, because on your raids you might run into a lot of wood, someone else might run into a lot of food, somebody else might run into a lot of iron, and you're going to be doing a lot of trading back and forth so everybody can benefit from the raids. The last building I want to talk about is going to be your storage building, which is important whenever you don't want to be a juicy target that's going to get hit over and over again by someone. And the reason for that is your storehouse protects all these resources from being stolen. And another bonus is that the food that's in there will not be eaten by your troops once it drops below a certain threshold. I haven't really upgraded mine too much, but it might be prudent for you to if you're getting hit quite often. And the best way to do it is just don't get hit at all, of course. The other way is to spend your resources before you have too many of them, so you're not a juicy target per se. And then, the other option here is to get as many bonuses for your storehouse as possible. So you can see here I got some bonuses that are affected right here. And as this grows in level, it protects more and more different things. Right now I'm only protecting 23,000 silver, which is suboptimal, but do keep that in mind. If you aren't shielding a lot and you're not online, and you try to spend as many resources as you can, but you always still have some left over, after you send out your troops so that they don't get killed if you get attacked, the other thing that you can rely on is the resources that are in your storehouse to be safe.